Alrighty. I think I have everything about set up. How's everyone doing today? Hey, Virtual, how you doing? Alright, so today we're going to go ahead and, even though I've been dreading it a little bit, we're going to tackle the Southwest US Challenge Mode on Jurassic difficulty. So this one is extremely difficult, but I'm going to walk through it with you guys and show you how to beat it, as long as we don't fail anyways. It is possible to fail. So part time is 14.5 hours. My last completion time was 9 hours. With this one, if you beat it, I mean, who cares what the time is as long as you beat it. But 9 hours is our goal. Let's go ahead and jump right in and get started. So this one is extremely tough. If you've attempted it before, you know that it can really destroy you if you're not careful. Alright, so first things first, we're going to pause time, because, yeah, you're going to bleed money stupid fast on this one. And then first things first, we need to come in here to our scientists, and some of these scientists are, like, stupid expensive. So you're basically going to need to go through and get rid of some of these. So, let's see here. And that cheaper expeditions would be nice, but we need to get rid of this guy. Let's see here. A generalist at 70,000. So we can keep this cheaper research person. This one's only 24,000. And then the altruistic salary would actually probably be decent to keep as well. But that would only leave us with 3 total logistics. So we definitely need to get rid of this person. And this one. And this one. And basically, we would just kind of want to keep our cheapest ones. Get rid of them. And then that should just about do it for us. We got pretty good welfare. We got enough logistics. We're a little weak on genetics, but that's alright, because we're not going to really be using genetics right this second. So, I don't know that we have a science center unlocked yet. We don't. So we're going to need to make a science building. If I can remember where the heck it's at. Science center. We can just kind of throw this in here for right now. Then I'm going to connect this path here, because that just doesn't make any sense to me why that would be a thing. So we already have a backup generator. And then what we're going to do here is there are some dinosaurs that are out here. You can see them right here. Basically, we're going to need to get these into an enclosure. So we're going to do those ones. So we'll go ahead and start to make a fence out here. Hey, welcome back, Virtual. Alright, so just got to make sure that we save enough space here to build anything else we may need to build. That was a little too long. There we go. And that should pretty much trap all of them in there, but we still have to trank them anyways. And then on top of that, we need to make another fence over here. been a long time since I've done this particular scenario, so I'm gonna have to remember what goes where. Let's see here. So that'll get that fence set up. We might have to extend it, but for now that'll be fine. This one is here. So now we're going to go ahead and unpause time. We're going to immediately take control of this helicopter.
Hi, I'm Claire Deering. I'm extremely passionate about the dinosaurs and about our responsibility to take care of them.
I'll come back and get those in a minute.
Talk about the opposite of subtle. And I don't mean Owen. No, this is the Kentrosaurus. It has dynamic coloring and these large openings.
Alright, so while I'm flying this direction, this science center should be finished at this point. So now we can go ahead and start to get some research going here. So we need a viewing gallery. So we'll send them to do that. And then let's see here. We're going to need those. Okay. Capture team. Go back to direct control here.
In a frill that rises above its head. This is a dinosaur that says, "Look at me." So
the beginning of this is extremely important that you get things right.
Okay, what we have here is a Notosaurus. This dinosaur tends to be shy and likes to keep to itself. And it has a thick skin. It's sort of the opposite of Owen.
Hey, Pro God, how you doing? I think there was one more. There it was. Alright, so we have all those tranked and ready to be moved. And then all of these guys are already counted as being in our park because we have them inside these fences. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Pro God. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. And then let's go ahead and throw this on here. And then we need to take a path to that, which is where this park really is a gigantic pain because of the terrain. We're going to take this path as close to the edge as we possibly can here. You really have to try to save space if you can. There we go. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to power that. Alright, Pro God, thanks for stopping in. Hopefully I'll see you in a little bit. So let's get some power researched. Then that'll be built. And then, let's see here. I can't remember. It does like ankylosaurs. That's what I thought. Alright. So the Notosaurus is going to go in with the Chasmosaurus. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done this scenario, so hopefully I don't mess this up. But I'm fairly certain this is what I did, because I put the Chasmosaurus and the Notosaurus together. And then I put there's a Spinosaurus somewhere on the map. You can get a few of those. And those will go in the second enclosure. Then usually I put something small in there with them. And then you can also find a bunch of compies on the map. And if you you take those compies, you can put them in an enclosure, typically with a like a Carnotaurus or something. But compy are pretty chill. You can pretty much fit them in with anything. Let's go ahead, and we got like one more. I'm really looking forward to the new expansion that's supposed to be coming out in like 2 weeks. One of the new features is that you can move multiple dinosaurs at the same time, so you don't have to do what I just did there, where you have to click manually on each dinosaur. Alright, so while those are being moved, this park really is about just being very, very quick at the very beginning, and then as you go, there's just a lot of other really small things that you have to keep an eye out for.
My name is George Lambert. Now, you'd think that dealing with prehistoric animals would be a problem, and you'd be right, as you probably discovered. But it's the unpredictability that really keeps us on our toes. Sure, the scientists can bring dinosaurs back, but fences keep them in. Without them, the fences, I mean, none of this is possible.
Alright, so I need to get a gate onto this. And then I'm guessing these guys are going to need some food. I don't remember exactly what they need. I think it's ground leaf, but I don't want to spend the money if I'm wrong.
The gigantic Spinosaurus you have here doesn't quite live up to its name. Don't get me wrong, it's big, but manageable. Just watch out for those shoulder blades. They'd ruin anyone's day.
Let's come around here and do a status check on these.
Check.
Oh, well, I think the game might have screwed us a bit. It gave these guys a disease. So that's really not good for us. All right, let's assign this ranger team here. Let's see what we can do with this. Nope, not that one. There we go. So we'll have them check on all of these, and we'll figure out what the heck is going on here. We need to get a small power station going. Alright, we need to delete this water. We have to be really careful of our money here. It does cost a decent amount of money to do terrain editing. Power. There it is. And then let's spin this around this way. Guess I could put it over here, couldn't I? Yeah, that's fine. We'll put it here. Go. And then we just need to run this pylon all the way around here. Just got to start to get this park set up the best we can. And hope that we didn't already fail. Because it is possible that with it giving us a disease this early on, we might have already failed. Depends on how serious the disease is. Because I don't even think we have the Paleo medical facility available. Yeah. Yeah, we don't even have the Paleo medical facility, so... Need to get all of these moved too, which is a painstaking process. I'm going to go ahead and unpause time because we have to wait for those transport helicopters to be available anyways.
Acknowledged. Task received.
Just gotta keep moving these stinking things.
Transportation complete. Confirming task. Confirming asset delivery.
Almost there.
Asset delivery confirmed. Asset delivered. Confirmed.
Looks like we got 2 more to move.
En route to collect the asset.
Got our nice chill piano music in the background right now, just waiting for the absolute monstrosity that this map is to begin.
No problem.
Nice. Just hanging out, huh? Alright. So now we should start getting guests in the park. And then we'll see what happens with our money. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything about this one. But it looks like it's the only one that's diseased, so...
Asset transportation underway. Transportation underway.
Bank department?
Assets in the air.
What?
Commencing asset transit.
Alright, let's see here. There's probably more researches that need done. We don't need the attractions. Don't need the viewing galleries. We could get the Paleo medical facility, but it's going to be really expensive. Oh, bankrupt. Gotcha. We're going to need the staff center. Okay, we do already have the core guest buildings, so we need to get those built as well. So let's go ahead and get these core guest buildings built. So we need a emergency shelter. We're gonna need a restroom, which we can usually fit. Yeah, there we go. Gonna cost us extra for that restroom, but that's alright. And then, let's see here. We need a hotel, which we can just fit back in here somewhere. Can always move that later if need be. And then we'll probably need another restroom and another emergency shelter over here. Alright. And then once we get that going, it should have us somewhat set up. Still just kind of watching that money decline. Excess building materials. So we had to pay more for the restroom, and then we got money back from the restroom. So let's see here. Yeah, we have just enough ground leaf for this, but we are probably going to need to put a little bit more because there's going to be one more coming in. There we go. Staff center unlocked, so let's get the staff center built. Of course, building constraints. Alright, we'll delete the water here. I mean, we're going to be deleting all this water anyway, so let's just get it out of the way. There. Because eventually we're going to need to put a monorail in here.
Asset transported. Delivery complete. Asset has been delivered. Delivery has
Not
been
response
completed.
facility, I need staff center. There it is.
Transportation complete.
Man, they are killing us right now. That's fine. The 3 times we can wait. We don't really need it right this second, but there we go. All right, so we have medium carnivores. We need to do a ranger post in here. We need a fence. Or not a fence, a gate. For some reason I always do that. I call a gate a fence, and it's not correct. There we go. Alright, I figured that was going to happen, so...
Collecting asset.
We lost one of our Chasmosaurus, which kind of sucks, but, I mean, there wasn't anything we could do about it. 570,000. Okay, our money's going up. Alright. Yeah, virtual. This is the hardest. This is the hardest scenario. By far the hardest scenario. But we've actually got our money coming in now. So, but what makes this one difficult is a lot of the other ones you can basically once you get started, you're good. Once your money starts coming in, you're pretty much fine at that point. On this one, it actually is very possible for you to fail towards the end, because they have a modifier in here that basically makes it to where if the dinosaurs come out with any kind of negative trait whatsoever, it severely reduces the dinosaur's lifespan. So basically you have to genetically modify your dinosaurs, which costs more money and takes more time. Plus basically every other modifier that was on the other maps is on this one. So more storms, more diseases, increased scientist costs, increased research costs. Yeah, I mean pretty much everything that makes it difficult. Hey Cat King, how you doing? So we just need to get these guys just a little bit more ground leaf, and then we'll be good. But we are making a fairly decent profit at this point, so... Yeah, I know, we have a lack of amenities, that's fine. We can fix the amenities pretty quickly, we just have to get the money to research it. Come on. There he goes. Okay, we have just enough now.
Owen may come off as a bit of a free spirit, because, truth be told, he is. But he'll also tell you the truth.
Yeah,
even if you don't want to hear it.
I did see the DLC for that, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it could be pretty awesome. Definitely looks like there's
more time face to snout with
Shut up, Claire!
Than just about anyone else.
It definitely looks like there's going to be some awesome additions.
Tell the tale and brag about it.
That one, as much as I would like to do it, is not going to be one that we can do. So this one will be the one. Increase average dinosaur welfare to 95%. Which we should have happening fairly soon, since pretty much all of my dinosaurs should be... I don't think it counts these compies that are over here, because they're not in my park yet. So... Alright. We have 94,000. Is that enough for me to research... Do the large hotel. We can do the monorail, which is useful to have. We need the medium amenities. It takes 200,000, so we are going to have to save up a little bit of money to get the medium amenities. But then that'll jump our money up a bit too. But yeah, so with the new DLC that's coming out, now that I have a second to think, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to do each one of the new challenge modes. It's definitely interesting that they're putting like new variations on it, basically new kind of like challenges and whatnot with it. And yeah, with like some of the new features, it looks pretty good.
May not know this, but I've seen some serious stuff during my time with the dinosaurs. Claire and I, we've had our share of close calls. But your work on that objective, that wasn't a close call. That was a slam dunk.
It's nice that I happen to have this person that's got these two different people that have one is faster research, one is cheaper research. So
curation thing after all. I'm
up to 1 star already.
And jealous.
It really does slow down though. It gets to be fairly difficult. So what basically you need to do on this one is you don't want to put out any of your big dinosaurs until the very end, because the last thing you want to happen is for them to die, because you're going to have a really hard time replacing them. And basically what you're going to see here at some point is you'll see a little notification come across the top that says that we're going to incur an income tax penalty. Basically the game doesn't want you to make over a certain amount of money per minute. So once you hit the amount of money per minute that it wants you to stay at, yeah, right there, pretty much on par. Park is now making more than 300,000 per minute. Tax will be deducted from income above this threshold. So basically the game is just going to consistently continue to tax you more and more and more as you make more and more money. So that way, basically, you never end up actually bringing in more than like 300,000 income per minute. So you have to be really careful not to lose dinosaurs too quickly, because you'll end up running out of money that way. Alright, this is where this part gets really annoying. Trying to fit all this crap in here is an absolute nightmare. Oh my gosh. Okay, well... We're definitely going to have to get this Paleo thing now, so... Alright. We'll get the Paleo medical facility going. And then I need to build this path out just a little bit. What I typically like to do, if I can, is make it to where I can put these along here. Yeah, it's just a tad bit too shallow, so let's do this. Put this right there. So there's food. Drinks. And then we need gifts. Come on. This can be a little finicky sometimes. There we go. So we have food, drink, and gifts, which is basically all the ones that you actually need. And then we're going to come across here with this as straight as we possibly can. It's not really going to let us. Alright, that's fine. We'll do... We'll do that. It's going to use a tad bit more space than I want to, but That'll work. And then we need to do basically the same thing up here. So we need gifts, drinks, and food, which is going to be hard to fit all that in here. And let's see here. So here's the gifts. What's that, Virtual? Trading and selling shops and Ark. Oh, yeah. So that was gifts, and then we can throw the drinks over here, because why not? And then we basically just need food, which we might be able to fit right in here. There we go. You basically have to fit things where you can on this park, because the terrain is just so wild. Hey, Carlos, how's it going? Alright, so we'll get all of these built. And in the meantime, we'll be saving up money for the Paleo medical facility. You know what? I bet you now that there's... Yep. Okay, so... because of that extra Spinosaurus, we're going to need to edit the terrain here, which is not good because this costs a lot of money. So there's the water that it needs. And then it needs more ground leaf. And we're just not going to have the money for it. Yeah, no problem, Carlos. Oh, jeez. Ugh. So I'm going to end up having to expand this one out. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to pause time so that way we can edit these and just make sure that we have them as profitable as possible. If you've seen my tricks before, you know how this works, but basically we're just looking at the profit number. I don't care about the bars. I just want to see what's the most profitable. So you can see 14,000 right there. There's another 14,000, so that's 14,970. And then let's see, 23. Yeah, so 23. I don't think we're going to be able to get much more out of that. Yep, that one's good. Then let's see here. So 43, there's a 50, 59. So let's do the 59. 10, 11, 14. And then let's see here, 19. 19, so we'll do that. And then, yeah, I'm going to take a guess that we're not getting any more than that. 29, 38. There's a 43. 11. 15 right there. 19. And then I'm going to guess that we're not going to get any more. Okay. There is some overcrowding, so we're going to need the wider paths to make this a little... That will work. Wasn't for the... Yeah, no problem, Kyle. This one is really, really difficult. I was so glad when I got done with it the first time I did it. I've only ever done it all the way through once, just because it was like, man, this one's brutal. So let's see here. 57, 83. So it's this one. 22. 25 is looking like the most. So we'll do the 25. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world having to go through here, but this really is what makes the difference between you failing and not failing. You really have to make sure that you change these. As you can see, each one of these, I'm going to be making a lot more money from editing these, so should be the difference here. And then let's see. We're at 12. There was one that was 16. There's another one that was 16 here. And that'll pretty much be it. And this one has overcrowding as well. So yeah, we are going to need to get the wider paths. Let's see here. 8,400. Yeah, that was the first time that I tried this. I put out the large carnivores early because I was trying to rush through, and it ended up absolutely causing me to fail. So that's why I gave that suggestion in my video of like waiting until the very end with them, because yeah, if they die, you're screwed. You're not gonna be able to come back from it. You just need to complete this challenge to get 100% on the game. Nice. Yeah, just I mean, you can kind of follow along with what I'm doing here live, or I also have my tutorial video on how to do this. So either way, you know, you just kind of have to get at it, and eventually you'll get there. The hardest part, like I said though, is that you have to really time it right with getting your carnivores out, because if you put them out too early and they die, you're not going to be able to come back from it. Yeah, no problem, Carlos. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting right now to get the Paleo medical facility for him. We're also going to need a monorail. I usually put one right here because your guests obviously don't like to walk a mile to get here. So I'm going to put a monorail here. Let's see here. We got the Paleo medical facility we can do now. So let's go ahead and get that put in here. This is where things start getting to be a pain. Man, I don't like that positioning there. Let's put it over here. Kind of center in the park. This way we can use just one for everything for right now. Because if we put it way over there on the other side, then everything's going to have to get transported really far. Then let's see here. We need the small substation. And we'll put it all the way over here, so that way we have as much coverage as possible. Sometimes you just have to run those the best that you can. There we go. Once the Paleo medical facility's done, we'll have them come over here and check on this guy. I'm guessing it's like algae poisoning or something like that. It's one of the ones for not having the right terrain. So let's try to edit this if we can. It's kind of annoying that they're not coming all the way over here. So even if I edit that, they're not gonna have the right water. Or space is what I meant. There we go. So they have enough water now. Let's see here. Can probably edit this fence just a little bit, just to give them a little bit more space, because I feel like that's what's going to cause an issue here. Let's go ahead and throw that down. Do that there. Do that there. Do that there. Don't forget to wait till the fence is complete. I've made that mistake a couple times. Alright, and then delete this, delete that. Hopefully these guys walk over there sometime soon, so that way we can actually take a look here. That'll definitely give them the area that they need. Yeah, that's putting this terrain stuff in here just costs an absolute fortune, so... Yeah, once they walk over here, they should have enough now. All right, Carlos. Well, I appreciate you stopping in, and hopefully this video ends up helping you, and or if you watch my tutorial, hopefully that ends up helping you as well. Let's see here. This needs more ground leaf all of a sudden again. There we go. So we just throw that in there for him. So now all of our dinosaurs should be good. Well, now, of course, it got rid of the bracken poisoning now, so we don't even need to do the Paleo medical. I thought I heard a storm coming in. I was about to be worried. Let's see here. So, we kind of have the park up and running at this point. The next thing, we are going to need that wider path, which I thought was in here. Yeah, there it is. We need to get to 200,000. It's actually only 140,000, but I'd need to rest my scientists, or at least my one, which is going to be expensive. Okay, so we'll let that scientist rest, and we'll let some of our money build up a bit. Now we're kind of playing the long game a bit here. We're just going to start to try to build up this park a little bit. Like I said, we're already at 1.5 stars, but it will start to slow down. I think it's usually about the 3-star mark is when things really start to slow down. Just kind of try to plan out where our park is going to go. Now, usually I would put a Carnotaurus enclosure here, but I think I'm going to try to skip the Carnotaurus if I can and not worry about it for now. So I think what I'm going to do instead is focus on getting more species with the herbivores. I typically put a I think it's Kentrosaurus and like a Margosaurus in here. And then I do typically use this as a carnivore area, just because it's a nice big open area. And then I think I typically put carnivores along here and in here as well. But I have all this other space to mess with, because the herbivores don't typically need as much space. So we can work with that a little bit. Go ahead and speed it up for a second. Another thing we can build here, I don't think I've built one yet. The Expedition Center, we are going to need one of these. Doesn't really matter where this goes. Doesn't even have to be at the front of the park here. But we'll throw it back here in the back somewhere. Come on. There it goes. Alright. So we are going to need the Expedition Center at some point. Now, one thing I'm really looking forward to that is going to be in the expansion is this whole underground loop thing. Do I use the copies on the map? Yeah, I typically do. I save them until last, but I typically will use the copies. By save them for last, I mean I get all of these enclosures put together, these two. And then eventually I'll get around to tranking and move those copies. They'll be fine in the meantime. But yeah, eventually I do use the copies. There we go. All right, so we'll have a expedition center now, so we can start to do digs if we need to. Because it will be starting to get close to time for us to go ahead and start to get some more species in the park and whatnot. We're doing good on money here.
Prove you have what it takes and review this latest objective.
I mean, increasing my park rating is obviously something that we're planning on doing. Increasing the number of dinosaurs at the park is also something we're planning on doing. Well, in order to increase my park rating, I'm going to have to increase the number of dinosaurs anyways. So, I guess this one.
Mo dinos, mo money. That's my motto.
They do. You can put them in with the herbivores, but it becomes a little bit of a pain. You don't want to put a ridiculous number of dinosaurs in an enclosure together. Just because if a disease starts to break out, it'll spread to all of them. So you have to keep a little bit of a balance of how many dinosaurs you have in an enclosure. And if you put a ton of herbivores in with a ton of compies and then something breaks out, you're going to, like a disease breaks out, you're going to have an issue. Let's see here. So we needed the path. So let's get this path researched. This will increase our guest happiness a bit, so So we'll get that researched, and then next we'll get the monorail. And then on top of that, let's see here. So we do have Kentrosaurus available. So we could do an expedition for Kentrosaurus. And then, let's see here. For medium, yeah, we do have a Margosaurus. So yeah, Kentrosaurus and a Margosaurus go pretty well together. So can throw those in. I think the Muttoborosaurus, or the Mutt Butt as I call it, is also fairly decent to go in there. So we probably could use all three of those in the same enclosure. Oh, wait, a Lorotitan. A Lorotitan goes really well in there. That's the one I use. A Lorotitan, a Margosaurus, and Kentrosaurus make a pretty good enclosure. We'll just have to research to that. As far as carnivores go, let's see here. Dilophosaurus, not going to worry about. Carno, Majungasaurus. Now, eventually, what we are going to try to get to is the Suchomimus. Hey, Hassan, how's it going? The Suchomimus is by far the best dinosaur when it comes to rating per space, and this map is a tight fit. These things are a bit expensive, but they will end up working out pretty well for us. So we do end up having to get there. So in order to get these, we have to release 5 dinosaurs with the strong trait, though. Which honestly won't be that bad, because if you release Pachycephalosaurus, they typically have the strong trait. Megalosaurus is another good one. Carno is decent. Majungasaurus is decent. Baryonyx goes in with the Suchomimus. Cryolophosaurus isn't that good. Allosaurus isn't that good. None of the medium ones are that, or small ones are that good. So yeah, we're really not going to be doing a ton of the large carnivores. The Dryosaurus goes in well with the Gigant Spinosaurus that we have. The Pachycephalosaurus is pretty decent as well. So basically what ends up happening is you end up having to use pretty much all of the dinosaurs that are available to you. This number of species requirements are pretty ridiculous. Something I haven't tried is it might be possible to use a Mosasaurus to boost your rating here. Let's see here. So if we go over to the management screen under park rating, you can see we need a total of freaking 30 species is your target. So that's what makes this difficult. If you don't get close to 30 species, then you get a huge variety penalty. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of putting herbivores in together and whatnot. And yeah, we need 11,000 total rating. No, the Tylosaurus doesn't actually quite have as much as the Mosasaurus does. I would have to look up my rating chart. I did testing with them, and the Tylosaurus requires slightly less space, but you can't get 2 of them in the same enclosure. So in the end, it actually ends up making more sense to go with the Mosasaurus, and the Mosasaurus has better rating. I think the Tylosaurus has like 1,250 or something like that, or 1,300, and the Mosasaurus has like 2,500 or something like that. Yeah, the Mosasaurus is better than the Tylosaurus. The Tylosaurus just requires a little bit less space. But like I said, you can't get 2 Tylosaurus in there anyways, so it wouldn't end up making it worth it. I did there's a video on my channel of aquatic testing. You just have to look through my Jurassic World Evolution playlist, and you can find it. I tested the carnivores to see which ones were the most worth it, and I tested the aquatics. I think it was actually titled "Why the Aquatics Aren't Worth Using," and it basically comes down to the fact that they're really good for like money per appeal, but the space requirements for them is ridiculous. I'm pretty sure that you can get 1 Mosasaurus in this giant space right here. So if I was to go all the way out here, I could put a Mosasaurus in here. And they, like I said, they are efficient for money usage, but space-wise, not the best. Alright, so one thing I need to make here too, I haven't made one of these yet, and this is going to be important to have. We are going to need a hatchery. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this here. I try to put them in the center of the park if I can. Just because it's more efficient for time when you're transporting stuff. All right, Carlos, thanks for stopping in. And Virtual, thanks for stopping in as well. Hope you have a great day. I'll be streaming for quite a while today, so feel free to stop back in if you happen to see I'm still on. Oh, that's a problem. There's a couple spots where it's going to be too wide. Should be all right. Just trying to get rid of this overcrowding issue. I just remembered that we have this here, and I can delete this. Oh, wait. I was going to say, this definitely looks like it could fit in here. There we go. All right. So our research is complete on our wide path. I think we're oh yeah, the monorail. We can just send them on their own. We can have this person... Oh wait, we can't rest them yet because this is being built. Is this really not powered? Of course. Let's see here. Well, we can't take the chance of losing 100,000. We're not using it right this second anyways. So let's go ahead and pause time for a second. Demolish this. We'll see if we can move this any closer to where it'll be powered. There. Now we won't have to build another substation. But we will have to build another one over here, but I figured we would anyways, so I was already kind of prepared for that. There we go. Alright. Just fixing the power issues we're having. Just gotta give it a second here.
I mean, what good is bringing dinosaurs back from extinction if you can't find a way to make that fun and exciting? And profitable, huh? That's where Isaac Clement comes in. He deals with the show, I deal with the business. Huh?
So we got all that fixed again. Our ratings should start jumping back up. Kind of dropped for a second because of us not having that hotel powered.
Best form of advertisement.
All right, and then the monorail is ready to be made. So let's get this put into here. And then we need a second monorail station, typically somewhere over in here. Alright. You kind of just have to go with it where you can. Crap. There we go. Alright. Had to finesse that through there a little bit. Let's see if I can actually... There it goes. Okay. Yeah, and then I still have room to go around. Yeah, the new contract should be nice too. And these new ones that I keep getting are actually really, really helpful. So... Let's go ahead and connect these. Just kind of run this over top of the path. Best I can anyways. There we go. And then this one's going to need powered. Which we know we're going to need power over here eventually anyways, so let's just go ahead and throw one down. There we go. Alright. Send them over to reopen that. So at some point, this will finish being made, and then that'll help our transport rating. And then we need to increase our total dinosaur population to 20, and we'll get a pretty good amount of money. So, let's take a look here. I think our next dinosaur would be the, like the Kentrosaurus. Let's see what we have available. Dilophosaurus, we don't need. Nodosaurus. Amargasaurus. Carno. Kentrosaurus will be here in Madagascar. No, that's Munjungasaurus. Never mind. Kentrosaurus is in Tanzania. That's right. And then we got the Muttabutt. Yeah, so let's do Kentrosaurus. And I guess we could take a look and see, as far as scientists go, what else we have available. Increases all skills by 1, reduces salary, incubation time. Yeah, none of those are very good anyway, so I'll start keeping an eye out for some decent ones. And let's see here. While those guys are doing that, can I research the... No, I need 4 genetics to research the Dryosaurus. Which I actually don't have enough genetics for that anyways. So I might actually not have enough genetics to even make anything. I might end up having to hire another scientist, now that I think about it. I could potentially just make a small enclosure right here for the compies, just to have another species, and to fulfill that total dinosaur population requirement. There are a bunch of compies that are running around over here. Could be useful to get us going a bit. But it seems a bit silly to have them in an enclosure by themselves. Yeah, but whatever. I'll do it anyways. So we just run this along here. We will need to research their feeder. Throw that there. Just trying to save space where I can. Then we'll throw this all the way over here. actually, no, it should probably go right here. So that way anything that we put in there will be powered. There we go. And then let's see here. Carnivore feeder would be in here. But obviously we need at least one carnivore. So, let's go ahead and take control of this helicopter real fast. Get our... And we can sell these. Yeah, we're gonna need more, genetics. We don't have, like, any genetics. Let's see here. Man, it costs so much money to hire these people. We might end up going with this person for now. They have 2 genetics. They only cost 140,000. And they're only 7,000 per minute. Yeah, let's bring this person on board for now. And then let's see here. So we need that, and that, and then we'll have just enough for these ones. There we go. Then let's take back control of this. We'll come over here. The thing is, when we trank these compies, they're going to count as being in our park too. So it'll we'll get that extra bonus. This takes a while.
I'm Dr. Kajal Durant, and while you're keeping an eye on the dinosaurs, I'll be keeping an eye on you. The Compsognathus is a small predator, but don't let its stature fool you. It can be a ruthless hunter.
Things are a pain to hit.
Congratulations are in order. So let me see if I can order some.
Oh my gosh. They are still down here. Just made it look like they were way further away. I say there's a ton of these things, so all right. So many of them. But we have a pretty good amount of money now, actually, from that. So, let's start moving these things over. I'm just gonna unpause it. This is gonna take forever. There's only so many transport helicopters at a time on the game, so this is there's gonna only be so many moving them at a time, so they're gonna have to fly back and forth a couple times to transport all these. So it is gonna take a while to transport everything.
Asset collection request received.
All right. Now that that's complete, I can go ahead and pause time for a second. Just wanted to make sure my expeditions were complete. Be somewhat efficient with our actual time here. Not necessarily in-game time, but real-life time. I know this isn't the most exciting, watching me just drag these things across the map. And there's another one. It actually starts to become a bit of a pain telling the game where to put these, because obviously you can't put it right on top of where another one's at. Let's see here. Looks like I got like 4 or 5 more. This is going to take a long time before these things are actually all in here. Luckily, the game just kind of does it on its own. It'll just do it in the background while we're researching their feeder. Let's see here. Looks like 2 more. So there's 1. And let's see here. It looks like just this one. So that should be all of them at this point. And we get a new contract. Keep your dinosaurs disease-free or improve average dinosaur welfare. Let's do the disease-free one, because that one will just kind of happen on its own.
Here's a new objective. I'm sending you the details now.
This will finish off our Kentrosaurus. And then for research, we just need that. There we go.
Asset transportation in progress.
And I think we might actually already be running out of power. Yep. Which is why this isn't electrified. Which is fine. Not a huge deal. The compies can't even break out of it, even with it not being electrified. So not a huge deal.
Asset being transported. Transportation underway.
But yeah, these things aren't very picky either, so. Not sure why we've dropped down to 1.2. Oh, because of our dinosaur welfare. Restroom coverage could be a little better, and we're gonna need a another hotel here soon. So let's see here. Where are the restrooms? There it is. So we need 1 in here. We're gonna need 1 in here somewhere. There we go. So that'll fix that problem. Alright, we have the carnivore feeder. So we'll get that placed. Alright, and then let's send this ranger team over here to make a status check.
Asset delivered. Delivery complete.
Need to put a ranger post in there.
Asset has been transported.
We'll sign that. These guys should be pretty satisfied with where they're at, though. New complete genome, Kentrosaurus. Let's just see if we can actually even... Yeah, we can. Okay. Alright, so the problem here with the Kentrosaurus, as you can see, it's got a 25% chance for thirsty and a 25% chance for weak. And with this scenario, if you put it out and it has one of those, it will have like a ridiculously reduced lifespan. Has a minimum population size of 2, and each egg costs 140,000. So we are pretty much going to have to use all of the genetics we have. That's fine. We'll go ahead and synthesize those because we're going to put an enclosure up here with them in it. And we're going to make this fairly big because we're going to eventually put a pretty good amount of dinosaurs in here. Let's get a viewing gallery put on there. There we go. Yeah, some of the modifiers are an absolute pain. Gain $1 million, takes 4... Oh, yeah, absolutely. We will absolutely do that. Yeah, I don't care if it takes 2 minutes for the viewing gallery. I'll definitely take that $1 million for it to take a little longer. Alright, let's see here. Only two of them came out. They both have the weak trait. And so what you have to do on this one is you come in here to the genetics, not medicine, genetics, and you need to see what it takes to unlock some of these genetic modifiers so that way you can get rid of those negative traits later on. So you would need to release 2 with the needy trait, 3 with the unfit, 2 with sickly, intolerant, have 1 dinosaur die of dehydration. Apparently I already have that. Then I need to release 2 with the thirsty trait, 3 with the vulnerable, 3 dinosaurs die of old age, large appetite, antisocial, and then release 2 dinosaurs with the weak trait and have a dinosaur with at least 3 lost fights. Well, that's absolutely annoying, but yeah, we can deal with that. So, as much as it sucks, it actually does make sense to go ahead and put these out, even though they're not going to live very long. Because in the end, it's going to help us out. So, we will go ahead and make those. Oh, our stinking monorail isn't powered. Yeah, we need to make another...
Asset transportation in progress. Transit has commenced.
Oh, where was that at? That fit in there for a second. There it goes. Okay.
Assets in the air.
There we go. So just get some more power. Yeah, because you kind of don't have control over when that's going to happen. It's going to be one of those things it's just going to happen as it happens with the fights. So can't really force that one. So once this is complete in 40 seconds, that'll fix our power issue for now, which will raise our park rating up a bit. Because right now they're not happy about the transport rating. We are going to need another hotel as well, so let's go ahead and get that built. Right? Fight over the treats. Alright, let's release these.
Adding to the list.
There we go. Then we can throw a hotel in here.
Hey, you've got that objective all wrapped up. This is me giving you a high five.
There we go. So we just got some extra money from that objective.
Asset transported.
We'll get this hotel built, which will
Transportation complete.
increase our accommodation rating. Once this is complete, that should jump our star rating back up a bit. So we should be pretty well on our way to 2 stars. But now we're just kind of, we're in the point now where we're going to have to start focusing on like getting more species in the park. So let's take a look here. Don't need those. Okay, so this is really nice to have. We're going to have to rest our scientists, though. Just going to rest all of them. That way I don't have to deal with it again. But yeah, we're going to need to go ahead and be able to level up our scientists. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I'm guessing he had something going on and he couldn't. Probably his Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. So I don't think any of the other big names in this series had much of anything else going on. But I know Chris Pratt was doing like Guardians of the Galaxy and whatnot, so maybe he was just too busy with that. Who knows, though? But yeah, I am looking forward to the new movie too. So, do you know if they have Spinosaurus? They do have Spinosaurus. It's all the way at the very end of the tree. Not going to be worth it, but they do have it. Yeah, so you have to use 30 species total if you want to actually hit the species requirement. But there's only 44 species available. If you take out the 4 birds, there's only 40 species available. So basically, you have to use almost every single other species. You take out the 4 aquatics, then there's only 36 species. So yeah, you're gonna have to use quite a bit of what's in here, which is what makes this a little bit difficult. Yeah, Baryonyx and Suchomimus would be the way to go. Alright, let's speed things up a little bit here. We're just kind of standing by right this second. Handler injured. I guess we'll take the loss there. We don't want any sabotages or anything.
Underway. Transporting asset.
Did they ever...
Transit has commenced.
Let's see. I almost forgot about this. And then these guys need sand, apparently. There they go. Just make sure they have plenty. There. Plenty happy.
The Kentrosaurus is another of those spiky-backed dinosaurs. A dinosaur that relied on intimidation to keep the predators at bay. And failing that, a difficult meal to catch and chew. Think of it as a prehistoric porcupine.
I probably need a little bit more ground fiber. There we go.
Transportation.
But yeah, I would guess that this thing has a really short lifespan. Let's see here.
I don't just throw out
crap.
congratulations like
Expected
candy.
lifespan
Check
9,
that.
yeah.
I never throw out candy.
Not
But
gonna last
this,
very long.
Well, here you go. Nice job on increasing the park rating.
Alright, so we're up to 2 stars now. Put the compies in with the T-Rex. Yeah, makes sense.
Please review this next objective. It should prove helpful to our mission.
Don't lose your scientists. That's a really easy one.
If people run for the helicopters every time something
I've like
goes
never had a
pear-shaped,
scientist quit.
then this place will soon be a ghost town overrun with spirits from the past. spirits with teeth. Let's make sure to avoid that. Keep our staffing levels up.
Alright, so let's see here. We have the Kentrosaurus. Now I think next we need the Amargasaurus. So let's see about getting that going. Actually, hang on. Before we do that, let's check and see if there's any new scientists available. Yeah, the Northeast challenge isn't bad at all. But this one, on the other hand, absolute nightmare. Ooh, there's a logistics expert. That logistics expert could be useful. There's also a welfare person. Her welfare only goes up to 9, but she has good stats and everything else. But I think what we're really missing here is genetics. We really need a good genetics person. Man, and this guy's cost per minute is 63,000. That's pretty ridiculous. Not sure that I need that much logistics right this second. The welfare could be useful, but like I said, the genetics is what I'm actually missing out on right now. So let's go ahead and, if we research the higher level of staff, with the staff improvements, we'll end up getting better scientists available to us when we were looking in there. So let's go ahead and do that. And then in the meantime, I don't even know if we can do an expedition or not with the scientists we have left. Doesn't look like it. Still waiting on our MVU to get here to check on this guy too. Not sure what he has going on, but we'll figure it out here in a second. Oh, crypto. Okay. So let's take a look here. And under medicine, crypto. This person can do it on their own. There we go. It was the Rona. Actually, the Rona in this game is freaking tuberculosis. That crap spreads so ridiculously. Crypto's not too bad, but tuberculosis just absolutely just spreads across your entire park. So I'm trying to plan out what my next dinosaurs are gonna be. We already have Stegosaurus, or the Kentrosaurus, not Stegosaurus. We still need the Dryosaurus, and then we could do Pachy, because the Pachy will have the strong trait. We need a Lorotitan, so we'll have to research the Corythosaurus. Yeah, we really need to get our genetics up. That's what we're really lacking on. And our accommodation is only at 92% still. Alright, so we have the staff improvements available. Ought to do it. I'm surprised that that didn't spread any. Usually crypto spreads a bit. But, you know what? I'll take it. Save me some trouble. So we still have 7 minutes before we complete our next mission. Let's take a look if it updated any of our scientists that are in here. I doubt it. We'll have to wait until like the next month. But let's see here. So, faster research. We could potentially bump the genetics in these guys a little bit. But first I want to make sure that we have enough to research the next level. So we would need two more logistics for that. So let's do 1 logistics into this person. This person has really good welfare, so we'll just we'll max them out on welfare. They'll be our welfare specialist. Apparently this person was already level 2, so we at least have 1 more logistics now. Well, let's go ahead and get the Amargasaurus coming in. So we need that and that. There we go. How much time are we up to? So we're up to 43 minutes and we're already at 2 stars, but you'll see that it's not very linear. By the time you're getting to 3 stars, it actually starts getting really, really tough. So we just got to kind of speed it up here while we're waiting on that to come back. Yeah, we're coming up on the part where it does start to get a little bit more difficult. I mean, you have to be really careful getting it started. Once you get started, there's a period of time where it's not too bad, and then it goes back to being really difficult again. We are probably going to need more Kentrosaurus at some point too. Yeah, our genetics really are kind of killing us right now. So let's go ahead and speed that up. And once the next month rolls over, we'll get some new scientists, and hopefully we can find somebody that's got some really good genetics who doesn't cost an absolute fortune. Alright, so these minerals are good to sell. Made a decent amount of money from those. Almost completed a Amargasaurus in 1 go. I don't think we're going to be able to extract that and do a dig at the same time. Nope. So we're going to have to wait. Decent amount of waiting involved in this game, that's for sure. So yeah, we're at 5 species currently. We need another 25. Holy crap. We're only at 12% of the appeal. Our guest comfort is at 94. We need more shelter. We need another hotel already. But otherwise, it's going fairly well so far. Looks like our amenities are making really good profit. Gotta wait for these fossils to be extracted. There we go. Alright, and we'll send out the expedition again just to get to the 100% for the Amargasaurus. So that'll be another minute or so of waiting. I like how the game is just nice and chill during these sections, though. It's just like, oh yeah, you're just playing this nice, fun, relaxing game, and then next thing you know, it's going to be just disease outbreaks and tornadoes and also, well, I guess there's no tornadoes on this one that I remember. There's really nasty windstorms, but I don't know that it gives you any tornadoes. I can't remember for sure, though. Okay, so the replacement contract is available, so I'm guessing that means that these scientists have switched. Nope, never mind. No, it's when it gives me that money thing. That's right. When it pops up showcasing how much profit and whatever was the previous month. That's when they roll over. I am about to get a decent amount of money here.
I
There we
fully
go.
endorse your work ethic. It very much reminds me of my own.
All right. So, extract those. Money's not too much of a concern right now because we have about 6.5 million, but you'll see that that'll disappear extremely quickly once we start throwing out more dinosaurs. Just run that along there. There we go. Can't really do much with that place anyways. I mean, I'm not really going to use that for an enclosure or anything, so can kind of just throw that hotel in there. These guys probably won't live much longer. As sad as that is, that's kind of how this scenario works. Is that everything dies really quickly if you have negative traits, and I did release them with negative traits on them. So let's go ahead and add task here. Eventually I'll rearrange how I have my ranger team set up to check on things, because right now it's a bit lopsided, but it's not a huge deal right this second. I'm not going to be able to put out an Amargasaurus. I have insufficient skill. It's the genetic thing again is we're just too low on genetics. So we'll come back to the Amargasaurus once we get somebody that actually has some genetics. Alright, let's take a look here. I mean, realistically, we could try to go for a Mosasaurus. We could unlock it fairly quickly, but we don't have... I mean, the genetics, once again, is going to come into play. We just would not even be remotely close to having what we needed. Let's see here. Chungkingosaurus and Huayangosaurus are decent, but we're not going to use those right this second. So, Dryosaurus would be the next decent one, but I don't even know that we can do this because you can only put 2. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, when it comes down to it, really, what's killing us right now is our genetics. We don't even have this. We don't have the skill to do that one either. Cheaper treatment, faster treatment. Trying to see what else is available in here. Obviously the staff improvements. Extra scientists. Don't need those. Guest comfort. We don't need either one of those. The power. I mean, the bigger power station could potentially be decent since we do end up needing a lot of power. But we obviously don't need it right this second. Don't have those available yet. And then those just kind of aren't even worth it. See, I mean, at this point, it's really actually not a whole lot more we can do other than just start pumping out more species. We can go ahead and research the live prey feeder, because we will eventually need that. just as something to keep our scientists occupied until we can get some new scientists rolled in here as available. Yeah, we're kind of stuck waiting for a second. I mean, I could potentially put out more Kentrosaurus, which wouldn't be a bad idea, so that way we can get some Kentrosaurus that aren't going to die immediately. But in the meantime, we'll just keep racking up the money. Nope, I figured that was going to happen here soon. So we do have a storm coming in. So more than likely what's going to happen here is a bunch of our stuff is going to get broken, and then some of our dinosaurs are probably going to get sick. Because there's a disease on this particular one that when a sandstorm comes through, causes them to get like basically sand in their lungs. Just go through and yep, see. Did not take long for that to pop up. Just go through and repair all this stuff as the storm is going on. Just try to stay on top of things here. It's breaking like literally everything. Sometimes it's better to just do all this stuff manually yourself. So the storms on this one last quite a while. I know one of these compies was sick over here too. Oh, come on. There. I was gonna say, that one just had surface wounds.
This dinosaur's wounds appear to be superficial. Still, best to be sure. Let's get this animal the compassionate care and treatment it deserves.
There we go. Alright, the storm finally ended. So we can open these all back up. Let's double check and see if there's anything that's damaged. Looks like there's just the one. Okay. Alright, so storm is under control. Lost a little bit of money, but it's not a huge deal. Hurry up and fix that. So we don't want our dinosaurs getting sick. Luckily, they were already in there, so that'll be a quick solution. There we go. Got rid of the E. coli. And then eventually our vehicle will get around to fixing them. So yeah, otherwise we're good here. So let's make a couple more. Dang it. Of course. As soon as I go to put something out, just rest both of them. Still don't have any new scientists available. So we just kind of have to rest them. All of our dinosaurs are cured. So yeah, back on track. Money's going up. Everything is A-okay. Except for the fact that we have, like, no genetics whatsoever. Alright, we got our park report, which means there should be new scientists now. There we go. Okay.
Another objective has just landed. I've shared the details with you.
Increase the number of guests in your park. This one will kind of just happen on its own.
More people in the park means more opportunities for things to go sideways. Now, our posture should be proactive. If we're reacting, we're already too late.
Alright, so this person has cheaper synthesis, which ends up being extremely important. And they have 3 genetics. So let's go ahead and hire them. I know it's going to cost an absolute fortune, but let's get them. They're nice, solid across the board. So, and then we can raise their genetics and everything to help us out a bit. And then as far as research goes, yeah, we can end up getting the next level of staff too. But now we should be able to make a Margosaurus. Our staff is currently busy, but once they're finished resting, we can finally make the Margosaurus. And then have 150 luxury guests in your park. We're currently at 107. We should be able to up that number once we release a couple more dinosaurs. Just gotta wait for these guys to rest. There we go. Alright, and then a Margosaurus. So let's do cheaper synthesis, why not? That and that. So now we just need to find somebody with cheaper incubation as well. So we can get somebody with cheaper incubation, we'll have somebody with cheaper synthesis. That'll pretty well set us up to win this scenario. I do want to double check before I release this and make sure. Yeah, so minimum population of 1, so we really could just release this one. So welfare. We'll do those 2. And then we'll come in here to research. We don't quite have the ability to do this one. Let's see here. And it won't even let me check. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What, we need 9? Yeah, of course we do. Of course we do. But we do have just enough to get it done. We just have to wait for that other person to be ready. So we just gotta wait a minute for this Amargasaurus. We'll put this Amargasaurus out, and then honestly, we probably don't need to raise our scientists up anymore right this second. So we'll do like Dryosaurus next. 6.3, 6.36, 6. Okay. Yeah, so we are still making good money. Release fire airlift.
Collecting asset.
Throw that in there. And then let's research the Dryosaura. Just kind of keep this park rolling. What time are we at? We're at 1 hour so far. We're at 2 stars. But like I said at the beginning, and I've said a couple times, it really does slow down. Your first couple stars on this park aren't that bad, but the further you get, the harder it starts to get another star. Let's see here. This guy should be pretty well perfect. Yep.
It's an Amargasaurus, according to the paperwork I have in front of me. Another interesting factoid. Its long neck meant it probably liked to feed on the taller branches of trees and such. At least that's what it says. Guess we'll find out, huh?
Let's get some more Kentrosaurus in here. This is complete, so we can do the Dryosaurus. It should be over here. There we go. And then the Dryosaurus will come over here with these ones. Kentrosaurus are ready. Now, I will release these ones that have... This one that has the thirsty trait, because I do need to release some that have a thirsty trait. Don't need to release any more with the weak trait. But we will release that one. So, go ahead and do that. And then let's see here. Let's take a look at our park management. Just make sure we're not down on anything. We do need a bit more shelter coverage. So let's go ahead and throw a shelter in here. And then honestly, we're probably needing our shops over here as well. So let's see here. Shelter. And of course we get something. Gain 2 million. Man, 2 million would be nice, but yeah, let's do it. It's probably worth the risk. Medium amenity, and of course it's not quite going to fit, but we can fix that by just simply moving this path over. Come on. There we go. So there's burgers, and we need drinks. And we're going to have to find a place to put a gift shop somewhere. Which is going to be a bit of a task. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Hopefully it's close enough to still count. There we go. So we got some decent park expansion going on at this point. I'm hoping that I can get those luxury guests in a reasonable amount of time. I don't think we're going to, but one can hope.
Asset to be collected.
Alright, so there's some more Kentrosaurus. Okay, so this is going to be hard to get profitable, actually. 858. 1320. So yeah, we're not going to make a ton off of this. 450, 1380, 2400, 2500. Yep. And then this one probably isn't even going to be able to be profitable. Well, 96. I guess that's technically profitable. $690. And let's see here. That's probably about it. Oh, wait. Nope, there was one. 900. So, barely profitable, but profitable nonetheless. We got the shelter coverage there. I mean, once these other Kentrosaurus get in here, it might bring more guests that direction, so... We're still waiting on this Dryosaurus to come back, I think.
Transportation underway.
So we're up to 112 out of 150 for the luxury guests. I don't... Oh, it jumped quite a bit, actually.
Delivery complete. Asset has been collected.
Yeah,
you can... Small increase in salary.
Let's face it, this
And we
place is
completed
the
that contract,
ultimate dog
nice.
and pony show. Only the axe can swallow you whole. You're doing a good job of keeping that from happening. Keep at it.
So we did manage to complete that contract in time, which gave us a pretty good amount. We got these Kentrosaurus coming in here.
Asset has been
We will have to keep an
transported.
eye on them just to make sure that they have enough, which I figured.
Asset delivered.
As we keep putting more in here, they're going to continue to need more ground fiber. And it took no time at all for them to decide to fight, and one of them died.
Raptors
Fantastic.
have learned how to work together to take down their prey. So how about me and you work together to take down this objective?
Great. Increase the size of the largest territory population. That would be compies. They would want us to have more compies. Or increase the number of dinosaurs in the park, which we're kind of doing anyways, so let's try for that one.
I'm always
Oh, look at
excited
that.
to see
Incubate
new
2
additions to the
Dryosaurus at
park.
once. I was
It's like
working on that
Christmas
anyways.
morning, but Santa has fangs.
So, let's sell this. Let's sell this. Have him extract while we send out another expedition for more Dryosaurus. I think the Dryosaurus have a large chance at being weak. So they'll probably die quite a bit. Let's just double check that these guys are satisfied, which they are. And then let's see here. Insufficient skill because we don't have genetics. Let's see here. Yeah, we're really gonna have to fix our genetics issue.
Asset being transported.
Lack of space. We're having some overcrowding somewhere. Yeah, I don't see any. Doesn't show any overcrowding. At least not on that. Yep, nope. There is no overcrowding, game. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's fast forward a bit. Let's see here. These might have went up. Yeah, they did. Okay. So these are a bit more profitable now because we have more people coming over here because there's more dinosaurs. Let's see here. Our fossil extraction is complete. We can go ahead and do that. Now, do I have... Oh, wait. That's the other thing. On this one, I forgot about that. You can't put building upgrades. I forgot that was another modifier. You can't put building upgrades on the buildings, so that's really annoying. I was gonna say that should be about it, but I'll send another one just in case. Okay, so for our $2 million that we got, it cost us some food poisoning. I'll just drive over here and fix it. Hopefully they don't eat between now and the time I can race over here. Look out, people. Your lives don't matter nearly as much as the dinosaurs.
Confirming asset status. Reporting asset status. We've completed our check. Asset check complete.
I don't think any of these are sick.
Asset has been checked. Asset status confirmed. Check finished. Condition reported.
Doesn't look like it.
Status update. Check complete. Confirming asset.
Yep, so I managed to get there in time. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and put out these Dryosaurus. There's really no reason that I would need to get them to 100%, so let's just go ahead and do it. Alright, Kentrosaurus has an ailment. Let's get over here and see what's going on. Well, avian pox is what it is. So we'll get that researched while it's on its way over there. Let's go ahead and resupply the fuel. Now, I can't remember if, let's see here. Do we need to release anything with the vulnerable trait? We need needy, unfit, sickly, intolerant, thirsty, vulnerable. So, need to release 3 with the vulnerable trait, and then we can research that to get rid of it. And we happen to get 3 that have vulnerable, so.
I loved dinosaurs when I was a kid, and I love them even more now. That's why it's great to have someone like you around who can deal with these objectives while I work with the dinosaurs. That makes you all kinds of awesome. Not my awesome, but awesome in your own special way.
Alright, so this is probably, yep, avian pox, and then because I set it to research, can immediately just fix it right there on the spot. I'm surprised that didn't spread. I'm getting a little lucky with that. Usually those diseases spread super, super fast. So, it's nice that I was able to control that a bit. So we're waiting on this expedition to come back. And then let's see here, we can sell these. And there, that'll get Dryosaurus to 100%. Go ahead and do that, and then let's rest all of our scientists now. And then we can release these, and these will come into here.
En route to collect the asset.
There we go. Then we'll see if we have to make any adjustments to this enclosure. But it should be relatively alright. And then obviously that'll be another species in the park. And then we'll start working towards the next one.
Asset transportation in progress.
Probably do like a Pachycephalosaurus or something. 'Cause yeah, we're gonna have to put a bunch of herbivores.
Assets in the air.
And then just a few carnivores to finish it off, basically, is how it's going to end up working.
Nothing gets past me, especially mistakes. Make sure you're paying attention to the details, or you'll be hearing from me. Who am I? Dr. Henry Wu.
Alright, so these guys are going to need some ground fiber.
We know this animal's primary habitat was the ancient primordial forest that once covered this planet. It's called Dryosaurus. Before our research, there was no information on adult specimens of this dinosaur. We only had the fossilized record of juveniles. But now, that's all changed.
And we need to kind of go back and forth here, double checking.
Asset delivery confirmed.
Just to make sure we get that to where it needs to be. It's open space. If it would just come up here, it wouldn't have the open space issue. So hopefully those are smart enough to move.
I'm giving you an interesting objective. Only a fool would pass this one up. And I don't think you're a fool. Prove me right.
Increase your park rating to, yeah, man, to 3 stars.
The park rating is looking good, but it could be looking better.
All right, and this needs a little bit more open space. Well, if that's the case, then let's just let's get rid of some of the vegetation down here. Don't know why this is being so finicky. They need to just move around more in their habitat. But this one is perfectly content now. Okay, well maybe they have actually explored all the way. So let's just, instead of sitting here fighting with it, just give them a bit more space. It's easier than sitting there fighting with it. So eventually they'll move around there and they'll have enough space again. And then we'll double check the Dryosaurus just to make sure. Yeah, they have plenty now. Alright. So, let's see here. It would be nice to get this Titan out of the way too, because the Titan goes in with the Amargasaurus and Kentrosaurus. So let's go ahead and get these researched. Get the staff rested. Still check if these guys have wandered to where they need to. The problem is if they don't wander there fast enough, then they might end up getting a disease because they don't have enough open space. So we have to hope that they eventually wander to where they need to be so they can see that there's a big open space right there that they're not using. Alright, so that's researched, and then, of course, insufficient skill because we don't have genetics. We don't have enough genetics for that. We don't have just genetics for that. Yeah, we are kind of dead in the water right now because of the genetics. We pretty much have to wait until we can get a new scientist in here who has better genetics, because right now we don't have what we need. And even if I put a point into these people's genetics, it's still not going to be enough. I mean, I could potentially research the next level up of staff, which is probably going to be necessary. The staff will end up costing you a ton, but you can overcome that. There we go. So we'll research the next level up of staff. And then what else was there on that screen? I don't think it was anything fantastic. Yeah, we can't apply anything to buildings anyway, so those would be pointless to research. I don't even know why they give those as an option. There's no slot for that. Yeah, I don't know how much longer it's going to be before we get new scientists available, but so there's our next level of staff training available. Then let's see here. And then there's that one and then that one. But that's where it starts to get stupid expensive, so let's see here. We could potentially put some genetics in her, or we could do logistics. She's currently our best logistics person. Let's do... Oh my gosh, that just absolutely skyrockets the price, but we need the genetics, so there's the cheaper synthesis. And then we'll do 1 logistics, 1 genetics. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would put us at the 9 that we need. And then let's go ahead and research. So we need a Titan. We have just enough for it. It's definitely a balancing act right now, because the problem is if you train them up too much, then you're going to cut into your profits really bad, and you're not going to be making any money, basically. Currently, it looks like we are still making good money, though, so we didn't go overboard. But this is why you also have to be very careful not to release the carnivores until the very end, because if your carnivore dies, I mean, you're going to lose all the profits that you're getting from those carnivores. And then because you have to have your staff such high level, you're going to end up failing. Loro Titan should be up here. So we'll go ahead and send them out. Rest our scientists. So now we're on that kind of slow grind upwards as we continue just getting more species into the park. We're just going to have to lay out which species to put where. Usually just a couple small enclosures. I'm going to fit a couple enclosures over here. Probably like an Edmontosaurus. I think Edmontosaurus and a couple other ones go really well together. So I'll just have to kind of play it by ear as I go. So let's see here. I know Edmontosaurus has a special one that it goes with. Yeah, the Archaeorhynthomymus. So Archaeorhynthomymus, Edmontosaurus, and then some kind of, probably some kind of ankylosaurid. Yeah. Either an ankylosaurid or a stegosaurid. For now, we just kind of got to fast forward for a second. We're definitely not going to complete the bonus objective for that park raiding mission. There's no way.
Understand what we are up against. The world wants to exploit us or shut us down. These are the extremes we face. That's why we stay focused on the job at hand.
Let's go ahead and
add this new objective to the list.
Let's replace this.
I've got a new objective. This one should interest
Construct 1 medium food amenity. So yeah, that's way better. Medium food, and they need it right here. Of course, it's not gonna quite fit, because why would it? No, that would be too easy if it fit right there, wouldn't it? There we go. So that'll handle that. We'll get that mission complete, and it'll fix our needs for food right there in that area. So that's kind of a win-win.
I'll make this short and semi.
So 8,800. Yeah, this is going to give us a lot of money, actually. 25,000. Yeah, this is going to end up being a 30,000 one. 34. Nice.
Sweet.
There we go.
Your work is essential to our mission, and so far, you appear to be successfully meeting your goals. It has been noted.
All right, our scientists are rested. Let's see here. So we need to get to 12 for the next level up of those. But we will have a Loro Titan available. We'll have Corythosaurus available. At least 2 lost fights for the Edmontosaurus. So yeah, next would be the next will be the Pachycephalosaurus. Because the Pachycephalosaurus like to fight a lot. And they also have the strong trait, I think they have, which we need for the Suchomimus. Yeah, release 5 dinosaurs with the strong trait. Almost there. There we go. Expedition complete. Let's see what fossils we got. It's a decent amount of them, but that's going to definitely take more than one iteration here. So let's do that. We'll send them back out for more fossils because we know we're going to need more. So yeah, we're definitely in kind of another waiting period. Could potentially put more Amargasaurus in there. Might end up needing one to be released that has the thirsty trait. I know that's one that we're missing. Complaining about the lack of space. Yeah, it's popped up a couple times saying that, but there's no overcrowding. Oh, I guess there is right here. There's a tad bit of overcrowding right there. All right, we're gonna have to wait to extract those. We're gonna have to rest this person. All right, we got avian pox again. Let's get over here and get that treated. Hopefully we can get there before it spreads. There we go. Avian pox is taken care of. Alright, so we just got to fast forward here to let our scientists get finished. So resting is complete. And the expedition is complete. So we'll sell that and that. And let's see here. Yeah, we can't even fit anymore in there, which is why it's annoying that we can't put upgrades on our buildings. So we're gonna have to take a bit of time here to extract all these fossils. Let's see what other. Let's just go ahead and send these people out after some of these other dinosaurs, since we're just kind of waiting anyways. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we've basically gotten it going. I mean, you can kind of see how this goes. I mean, it's basically just a cycle of just continuously just adding another section in. I mean, we'll just take that monorail around, we'll add in another stop, probably right in here, and then, you know, you'll be a few more enclosures and a couple more species, and you just continue to do that.
Are really just assets. Not that different from any other business. Well, except for the biting and the other unpleasantness. Still, they do present plenty of opportunities. This next objective, for instance.
Successfully complete an expedition. Well, that one's going to be really easy because I already have an expedition going. All we have to do is wait a few more seconds. Boom, look at that.
Dinosaur business,
super
like
easy.
Any other, can be a killer. Maybe more literal for us. That's why we celebrate each success. So, cheers.
And we got a bunch of money from that, so we just have to make sure we're extracting the right fossils here. See, don't click on that. There. Rest our scientist. And then let's double check and see if we can get somebody that has a... So there's a cheaper synthesis, but we already have cheaper synthesis. We need... I mean, a cheaper incubation would be decent. We got a welfare specialist, but doesn't look like we have genetics still. We're still just absolutely getting screwed on the genetics side. So we're stuck waiting still. Let's go ahead and fast forward this. Basically just the waiting game at this point. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to end up doing a Mosasaurus up here or not. Because I'm taking a look, and let's see, what's our rating at? Our rating is only at 1600. So our penalty right now, we have 1900, and then we're losing 300, so I'd have to figure out what that percentage is. But basically, if we had, you know, you times that by 10, if we had 19,000, we'd actually have 16,000. So, yeah, I mean, basically, if we got our appeal to 15,000, even without the right species, we would have probably where we need. And each mosasaur is like 2,500. So, wouldn't really be enough to get us there on its own, but mix that with the Suchomimus and all them, we might not need as many species as it looks like, but we're definitely going to need at least 20 to 25 species, would be my guess. We just got to keep extracting these fossils for the Aloro Titan. Are you serious? We're missing, like, basically one fossil. That put us at 98%. Well, that's annoying. But that's the only place that Aloro Titan is. Oh, staff busy. Okay, I was gonna say. I don't think it's worth the extra 500,000 to do another expedition for 2%. I think it'll be close enough. But we'll do another expedition for the Muttaburrasaurus. We don't need to put an extra person on there because we don't need it to be any faster because we can only extract so fast anyways. So.
I've just received a report that a sandstorm may hit the park shortly.
Oh, yay.
It can do real damage, especially to our infrastructure. This is a challenge to our operations. Be ready to push yourself.
Probably my Kentrosaurus.
Be ready for
or
anything.
One of these Dryosaurus. Yep.
Heading to pick up the asset.
Did these guys still not go over there? Oh my gosh, really? They still never discovered that they could go all the way over there. complaining about the lack of facilities, probably because you guys should be in an emergency shelter right now because of all the storms. Freaking everything is broken. Pause that for a second. I think there was at least one dinosaur that was sick. There's one there. Okay. Showing some more stuff being broken all the way around here, so. To do that while I'm double checking everything else. Doesn't show anything else being sick right this second anyways. But of course these guys still need checked on, so there could be one up here. Alright, storm is over. Let's open these back up. Alright, this has some surface wounds, not a big deal. Can easily fix that. And so does this one. So set them to do that. That's currently being repaired. We got a bunch of stuff we can sell here. And let's take a look. So yeah, we're at like 98% with that Alluro Titan. I'm not gonna spend 500,000 to get it up to 100%. So 98% will be close enough. And of course, I'm just like one short from being able to get that to 100% in this run. So, and let's take a look here. Minimum population of 4. So these ones do require a lot of stuff. They have a 50% chance of being thirsty. That being said, how do we research the one to get rid of thirst? We need the it's the drought tolerance. Yeah, there it is. We just need to release one dinosaur with the thirsty trait. So we'll release one of them that'll have a thirsty trait, and then that one will die really early. But we can then release the rest of them after modifying them, so they won't be thirsty. Get that healed. There we go. Alright, everything's in good shape again.
I'm confident you can handle this
contract.
next objective. Don't prove me wrong.
Alright, so increasing our perk rating is going to want us to get to 3 stars, which probably isn't going to happen anytime soon. But increasing these two would be pretty straightforward, so let's do this one. That one's actually not going to be quite as easy as I was hoping, but It's alright, we can just replace it whenever the next one comes around. Alright, so a Loro Titan. Cheaper synthesis. Throw that on there. Got like a minute, so let's keep that fast forwarded. How much time are we up to at this point? 1 hour 51. And let's see what we got. Alright, so we have 4 of them. And every single one of them has the thirsty trait. Dang it. Well, that's a problem. Because I don't know that I want to spend that much. 780,000. Yeah, I mean, I guess, whatever. Money's really not that big of an issue right now. We need to just kind of get these things out here. Alright, and we do have slowed brain aging available now. Because our Dryosaurus are dying off. I don't even know if we can research it or not though, because our genetics are so bad. Yeah, we can get that one. Speaking of that though, didn't we just get a new? No, these are the same people. And let's see here. So we have the Mudaburasaurus. Has 1 fossil left, but we can always wait until later for that. Huayangosaurus and Chungkingosaurus would be good to have, so let's get these going.
Commencing asset transit.
All right. Well, we're actually at a pretty good spot here. And, so what, we're at 2.5 stars. We're at 1 hour and 53 minutes in. Obviously, we still have a long ways to go. But yeah, I'm actually starting to get pretty hungry. It's about lunchtime, and I have a couple things that I need to do this afternoon anyways. So, I think we're at a good spot. We'll go ahead and stop here, and, we'll probably finish this, we'll finish this playthrough tomorrow. So, I'll go ahead and end this here for today. We've at least got the park started and in a good spot. And then tomorrow we'll go through and really start building this park out a bit. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching it up to this point. Hopefully you know, this has at least showed you how to get started on this map. And then yeah, we'll finish this out tomorrow. So hope you guys have a great day today, or rest of your evening, or whatever time it may be in the world where you're at. And yeah, hope to see you guys again tomorrow. So until then, take care, guys.